Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Portions of the valley were hit hard last night with severe storms. From Carrington to Thief River Falls, many woke up to uprooted trees, downed power lines, and collapsed buildings. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie traveled to the Northern Valley and has an inside look at the damage.
Cleanup is far from over in Argyle, Minnesota after storms rocked the valley Friday night.
Well, first we saw some clouds coming from the west. We're like, we're gonna go storm chasing. I wanted to hop in a pickup. He's like, let's go in a golf cart. We raced back here once it got bad, and then we could see this tree down, and then we went through my garage and we saw a whole backyard. Yeah. The tree was like a foot away from the door, just barely missed the house. Yeah.
Cody and Logan started cleaning at 6 Saturday morning. They aren't the only ones with work to do.
4:30 this morning, I went to Grand Forks to pick up the equipment, and we've been at it all the time here. It was nice and calm, and then all of a sudden the wind just picked up and trees were falling and the branches are heading down the street.
The strong winds moved more than just tree branches. It also carried the school's bleachers.
A lot of damage around town, trees and the elevator and so forth, so I've never seen anything like it before.
And this elevator collapsed. The roof caved in with 2 people inside. Neither were hurt. And just outside of town, 2 grain bins ripped apart and thrown several feet.
I've lived here since 1973, and this is the worst damage I've had in this end of town, at least. It was really, really scary. Luckily, there was no hail with it, because the hail would have been like bullets.
Some areas in the Northern Valley saw wind speeds of over 100 miles per hour. That's stronger than the force of some hurricanes.
Yeah, scary enough, you know, especially when you could feel the windows shake and you could see the power of the wind.
Just hope everybody survives this and we'll get back to normal.
In Argyle, Minnesota, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Can-Do saw wind gusts of 115 miles per hour. The Devil's Lake area saw 101 mile per hour gusts, and Grand Forks saw 68 miles per hour with many reports of tree damage. Heavy rain caused significant flooding in parts of Carrington last night. Craig Moselle took these pictures showing what he describes as the roads turning into a lake. Homeowners say some had 3 feet of water in their basements, and a couple businesses also had water damage from the storm. Most of the water has drained away, but neighbors spent the day helping each other clean up and reclaim possessions.
Something like this, you can't really go through it by yourself. You got the community come together. Makes things a lot easier. So, you know, that's why I got a smile on my face.
No one was injured, but cleanup is only beginning. This isn't the first time flooding has happened in that part of town, but residents say it's one of the worst ones they've ever seen. A 5-year-old girl was killed in Towner, North Dakota after being struck by a pickup. Around 3 p.m., officials say 21-year-old Samuel Lighton was moving his pickup a short distance in his driveway. Lighton then got out of his truck and saw a child laying in the driveway. Officials say he did not realize he struck the child until after parking. The girl was taken to Trinity Hospital by ambulance, where she was pronounced dead. The crash remains under investigation by the North Dakota Highway Patrol. State health officials are reporting 116 new cases of COVID-19 in North Dakota today. This brings the active case count to 788. There are no additional deaths being reported, the death toll remaining at 90. Currently, 38 people are hospitalized due to the virus. 4,029 people have recovered to date. In Minnesota, the state health department is reporting another 464 cases of COVID-19. There are also 5 new deaths linked to the virus. In total, 1,538 deaths have been linked to COVID-19 in Minnesota. 265 people are in the hospital, while 39,310 are listed as recovered. Despite concerns, the COVID-19 pandemic isn't stopping the annual horse races at the North Dakota Horse Park. However, the weekend-long event will look different this year. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay takes you along for the ride.
Place your bets and take your seats for the annual live horse races at the North Dakota Horse Park. It's an event Carla Sondag and her family has been attending for years.
Because we love it. It's nice to be out outside and Yeah, good place to bring a family.
This year, some younger spectators made their way to the tracks, like Olivia and Eva, watching closely by the finish line.
Because we don't know who's going to win and it's going to be a surprise.
In order to get the horses across the finish line this year, event organizers had to hop over some hurdles themselves.
We had a tough couple of months there because we weren't sure if we were going to race or not. So we were planning, maybe we'd have to race without a crowd.
Bjorky says that they have added hand washing stations, sanitizer, and masks are readily available, but adds it was crucial for the show to go on.
Because the horses have to race. A 2-year-old's only a 2-year-old for 1 year, so they only get one race season before they become a 3-year-old and move into a different class.
From the horses to the riders to the hundreds of spectators, just being at the races feels like winning.
It's just fun. It's fun to bet. I don't make a whole lot of money, but it's fun.
Even if you don't take the cash home. In Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
Masks are not required at the event. If you aren't able to attend this weekend, races continue next weekend. We have the details on the VNL News app. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum directed all flags at state and federal buildings to be flown at half-staff today to honor Representative John Lewis, who passed away on Friday. Lewis had been receiving hospice care to treat pancreatic cancer. A Democrat from Atlanta, Lewis won his U.S. House seat in 1986 and served more than 3 decades. He played a key role in the civil rights movement, challenging segregation, discrimination, and injustice in the Deep South. Lewis was 80 years old. Former North Dakota Congressman Earl Pomeroy remembers John Lewis as a friend and an inspiration. Pomeroy served in the House of Representatives from 1993 until 2010. Lewis served alongside him that entire time.
With John Lewis, you knew you had someone that was operating out of complete, sincere, and genuine conviction to trying to make the world a better place, to trying to make it more fair, to try and help people that really had nothing going in terms of any natural advantages, try to give them a fair shot.
Pomeroy says he went on 2 civil rights pilgrimages with Lewis. President Donald Trump also offered condolences today for the late Congressman John Lewis. The president said in a tweet he was saddened to hear the news of civil rights hero John Lewis passing. Melania and I send our prayers to he and his family.